Hey everyone, Chris Young with Anritsu. Today we are going to learn how to set up a clip mask. This product is a group of buns here and we have a single clip. We're going to set this up from scratch. So first thing we want to do is just to go through the new product wizard. And it's going to guide you step by step. So it starts out with a little summary of all the steps. We're going to jump into it here. We're going to go to the next available menu. It automatically went to available menu number 91, which is the next open one. And we're just going to say buns. And then it has a clip. Okay. Set your speed, 20 meters a minute. This is a packaged product, so everything's fine here. We can obviously adjust this to whatever speed we want to run. Okay. It automatically has contaminant detection on, which is perfect, and we're going to add clip mask. So now we're going to set up the best algorithm. For this particular product, it's going to be a smooth surface with low product effect because it's just a loaf of bun or a bag of buns. All right, so now this one could be a little bit confusing because we're seeing an image here with two clips on it. So by default, it thinks it might be a sausage or a chub. So it's going to ask you things about that nature if it has two clips. So we want to go in here to the clip mask algorithm, hit it, and go to bagged products. Okay. And now it knows it just has one clip. So now it's asking me in the direction of travel, so the product goes through this way, the horizontal dimension of the clip and the vertical dimension of the clip in millimeters. So it's about 10 millimeter wide and about 20 millimeters tall. Okay, so we'll hit next. Okay, now it's going to say, do you want to set the power or do it automatically? We're going to pick auto. Okay. And now this first pass, as soon as we're going to have the machine start up, it's going to learn the power settings for me. But this is a really heavy clip. So this is a big, beefy clip, two big pieces of metal in it. Compared to a light product like these buns, it could have an impact. So for the best power, I'm just going to learn the product itself and not worry about the clip. So we're going to run it through by itself. And I'm doing that only on that 0 of 1 time. So now I see the product came up, the power settings came up, 50 kV 2MA. That looks great. That's a nice low power. Okay, I'll put the clip back on. And now it's going to ask me to run it 10 times. And the reason why is it's going to take 10 different images. Ideally, it'd be great if I had 10 different bags of product or 10 different clips so it could learn the variance. But even if I just have the one, I want to run it to 10 times. Because every time the buns are going to move a little bit, the clip will move a little bit, and it's going to learn that variance. All right, and on the first image we can see, hey, here's the clip, pretty easy to see. It's off in space, two pretty thick wires, and then the buns. And we'll be back in a second. All right, we're back. So we ran our 10 products through. We're going to hit next. So what it's going to go into now is the clip mask setting. All right. And it's going to allow us to try and fine tune that clip. So what we want to see are those two pieces of wire to be blue or masked. So we did this prior, so we're just going to do a quick adjustment. So what we would do is we'd adjust the product level and basically the rough adjustment level for the clip. And there's more details of that in the ops manual. But we know from just kind of going through here that we're going to get a pretty good balance of the product, minimal false rejects, in fact no false rejects, and good painting or coverage of that clip. And then the last step here is we're going to expand it. Because if we look, we can see, oh, there might be one pixel right there that's kind of missing. It'll be hard to find it perfectly, so what you do at the end is you just put a little expansion and then it fills in any of the gaps to make sure you don't get any false rejects. And then you just walk through it. And what you want to make sure you see is a good paint of the clip. And I don't want to see anything over here painted. So I just want blue over the clip area fully in each image. And it's looking good. Okay. Real easy to see that wire because it's just out in space here. Okay, perfect. So we hit next. So then what it's going to do is it's going to take those images and now it's going to go through the contaminant detection settings. It's going to set each tool for that. This process is exactly the same as a normal product that you would learn without a clip. You'll see all these numbers will change. Could change. All right, you see, just like before, everything is set up, ready to go. You really don't have to do anything at this part. So we'll hit next. And then the last thing is you'd set up the reject. So if you had a reject different length or different duration for how far away it is or how long the product is, etc., how big the conveyor is. Now we hit next. Quick summary. And we're done. Okay. So the very last step is we want to adjust the product and the screen display. So normally right here, most people only want to see the reject image on the screen. So if it's good product, it just passes through. And then if it's a reject, it holds it on the screen. You would normally have this set here. But since we're doing a quick video, we want to show all the images. So we'll hit OK, go back to home and hit start. Now when it does come to the clip mask, there is one step we didn't do quite yet. So we'll see what that is and why we're going to turn it on. So you'll see this does work and everything is functional. But if we wanted to find the missing clip, so if a customer wanted to reject if this was missing, we can do that. By default, that's off. So we'll show you what it does by default and then we'll turn it on. So if I run a good product through with a clip, just comes up okay. We see the clip is masked, everything's fine. So if I put a test card under here, okay, we got a little dot, and the little dot's really small. It's 0.6 millimeter stainless steel. So even though we have this wire out here, that mask enables us to not have it affect our detection levels. We still get great detection levels. But the one thing we haven't done is set up for when it's missing. So we'll pull it off. Okay, and we'll run it through again. Okay. And again, it shows okay. But some people would probably want to reject that because there's no clip. So we'll go ahead and set that up. Very simple. We'll just go in, we'll adjust the product, and we're going to adjust the mask for the clip. Okay. And the only thing I want to do is turn on the clip check. So right now it's invalid or off. I'm going to turn it on. And that's it. Save my changes and hit start. So during this power off, power on standpoint, when I hit start, what it actually does is it turns the x-rays off, it checks the diodes all across the face of the inspection width, and then it turns the x-ray on and it does it again. So it's just making sure all the diodes are calibrated, so no matter which diode is seeing the product, they all read exactly the same and that they all pass their checks. Now it's ready to go. Again, there is no clip on here. We're going to run it through. And voila. So now we get a reject, and we get it for missing NG. And why? Because it sees the clip count is 0. So we said go ahead and reject. If it doesn't have a clip, it does it, and it tracks it separately. So you'll have this fully tracked separately, and I could reject it separately as well if I really wanted to. So I got the clip back on. I'm going to run it through. All right, so I have my clip. Everything's good. And as we saw, we can get really good detection. All right, so the clip mask is a standard feature. I think it adds a lot of value. Let us know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.